I hear people talk about motivation a lot. People seem to think motivation is this big thing that you need, and if you're not motivated, if you don't have any motivation, you're not going to be successful. And I think motivation can be a positive thing, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think motivation matters. I don't think it's as important as people try to make it out to be. Because ultimately, motivation comes and goes, but it's not permanent. It's not consistent, right? It's so easy to get online, watch a video, talk to someone, and you're inspired or you're motivated. And when you watch a video, let's say it's something to do with fitness, right? You want to start training harder, right? When you watch this video, right after, when you're motivated, taking that first step, actually going and training hard, it's not a struggle for you, because being in that motivated mindset, with it being something new, when you do this hard thing, your brain releases dopamine. So that first hard workout isn't going to be the hard one. And maybe it lasts a few days, right? Maybe it lasts a week where every day you're going in and training hard. And you're so motivated and inspired and determined to train harder and progressive overload and reach your fitness goals. But when that motivation fades, everything you have, unless you've built discipline around it, unless you have control over yourself and your mind, it won't mean anything. Because when you wake up next week and that motivation's faded and it's not a new thing to your brain anymore, you're not going to want to go work out. It's going to be hard. And ultimately, without discipline, you're not going to do it. Right? You can try and watch the same Trend Twins video or whoever it is that motivated you. And, maybe it motivates you a little bit, but you can't have motivation and not discipline. And I see so many people fall into that trap, right? New Year's resolutions. That's a big one. Start of the year, everyone sets their resolutions, and setting yourself this goal that will improve your life. It'll make you better. It feels good saying it, right? If at the start of the year, you're not in great shape and you say, my New Year's resolution is to lose 30 pounds. Yeah, I'm good, man. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. If your New Year's resolution is lose 30 pounds, it's a beautiful night out, but people kept looking at me funny, standing on the side of the road, talking to my phone like an idiot. I was just outside because there's a full moon and it's 1 a.m. I just finished a workout. I'm just taking everything in right now, just kind of meditating. Felt like making a video, just talking what's on my mind right now. I was thinking about this. But the guy who says he's going to lose 30 pounds for his New Year's resolution, in his head he knows he needs to lose weight. He knows that'll be good for him, healthy, beneficial. He can imagine his life after he loses 30 pounds and makes this big difference. How much the quality of life and his respect for himself would go up. But my issue with New Year's resolutions is it's literally just, again, motivation, right? Oh, new year, new me. I can actually make the changes this year. But you go and tell everyone your motivation. You go and tell everyone your New Year's resolution, right? Your goals. Which, when you go and do that, when you have something in your mind you want to achieve, when you go tell people and you get that positive response from them, you know, this guy telling his wife, telling his friends, you know, my New Year's resolution, I'm going to lose 30 pounds this year. When you tell people that and you get that positive reaction and response from them, you get the same dopamine hit in your brain that you would have had if you did that goal and then people saw it and gave you that positive response, right? Because the thing with New Year's resolutions, a lot of people aren't doing it for themselves. They're doing it because it's New Year's, right? Everyone does. Everyone makes their resolutions. New year, new me. But he goes out and tells all his friends and his family, I'm going to lose 30 pounds. And maybe the first few days, the first week, you know, he cleans his diet up. And he's not eating Twinkies, and he's not eating cake, and he's not eating, you know, fast food, cheeseburgers, all this. Maybe he's like cooking eggs for breakfast. Maybe he's making some chicken and rice. Maybe he's like, you know, eating pretty well. Maybe he goes to the gym a couple times. Like, first few days, looks like this guy's going to make great progress. Looks like, you know, he's true to his word. He's taking control of his life. He's actually making this change. And then you talk to him a week later, and he's stuffing his face again. And, oh, how'd that New Year's resolution go? Oh, it's not for me. I'm not losing weight. And it's because he's relying on motivation, right? Oh, I don't want to cook my meal. I don't feel motivated right now. It's too much work. I don't want to go to the gym. I'm too tired. I don't want to do this hard thing. But the first few days when you're motivated, those hard things give you that dopamine rush. They don't seem so hard because you feel like, oh, I'm making a difference right now. But once that motivation wears off, if you can't have the control over yourself, if you can't have that discipline, it doesn't mean anything because it's not going to stick. And that's why I think motivation is made out to be a lot more important than it is, because discipline is truly what it takes. Discipline, self-control, and power over your mind, right? With discipline, you do the hard things you don't want to do. Whether you're inspired, whether you feel good, whether you're motivated or not. Because you have control over yourself. You know, you wake up, you're feeling kind of tired, you don't want to go to the gym, but you have that discipline and you have that self-control to tell yourself, I don't care if I'm tired, I'm going to the gym. And you get up and you do it. If you were just relying on motivation, you'd wake up and skip that workout. You know, and this can apply to really any part of life, anything, any situation, but it's not motivation that you need. You need to just build discipline. You need to build control over yourself. Because ultimately, you're the only one who can hold yourself accountable. Because if you can't hold yourself accountable, you know, other people can't. You can't rely on, you know, your friend, your wife to make sure you eat healthy and to make sure you go to the gym and are making these steps. Only you can do that for yourself. The guy who wants to lose 30 pounds, he makes that decision every time he picks up the fork. Every time he eats more than he should. Every time he wakes up and instead of going to the gym, he sits on the couch. You know what I mean? You make that decision for yourself, whether you want to or not, because he may want to go to the gym. He may still want to lose those 30 pounds. But he doesn't have the discipline. He's just relying on motivation. And if you don't have discipline, you don't have control. That's something I'm really trying to focus on this year. And I don't do New Year's resolutions because I don't think you need to wait for the start of a new year to make a difference. You know, that's what every day is for. You know, every day is a new day, a new chance for you to make these differences, not just wait to do it once a year, right? So one of my goals right now is to just build discipline, because I want control. I want to be able to do the hard things. That's the only way I'm going to be successful. Doing the things I don't want to do. Because, man, achieving your goals isn't supposed to be easy. You may love what you do, right? I love making clothes. I love making art. But running a business is hard. That's not the fun part. If I just got to design all day, that would be the most fun I've ever had in my life. That'd be the perfect job. But that's not how it works, you know. Running a business takes a lot of time and energy out of you. And you need that discipline to get it done. It's not just about the art. That's the easy part. But that's what I'm doing. We're building that discipline. I'm doing the things I don't want to do, because if I don't have control over myself, I won't have control over my life. And if I don't have control over my life, I can't achieve my goals. I'm just going to be stuck in the same spot I've been letting myself be stuck in. The only person holding me back is me. And I need to take accountability for that. And I need to tell myself to just shut up. I'm taking control.